everyone, my name is Anbu coming from cybersecurity background. I'm really excited to be here today to share some insights on AI officer and AI powered threat detection. That is my topic today, by the way. Um, so I look forward to walking you through today's topic and hope you find it more insightful. Okay, so what is AI officer and AI powered threat detection? An AI-powered threat detection uses machine learning and advanced analytics to spot potential threats and faster and more accurately than the human alone. So, as per the recent survey introduction, like artificial AI intelligence is rapidly becoming core to business strategies for many organizations as they look to improve decision making. So this is a recent McKinsey survey which states about 72% of organizations or business functions adopted AI in recent past, like in 2024. Likewise, 65% of organizations that have adopted Gen AI in some capacity. So there are many organizations in the world they are adapting to the AI intelligence, and since it is rapidly becoming a core to business strategy for many organizations as they look to improve their decision making efficiency, automating the process and more. So uh, as per the McKinsey survey in 2024, that's nearly double the number compared to the previous year, which is 2023. But while new generative AI tools have made AI accessible to wider use base or user base, a corporate AI strategy isn't as simple to establish. That's why there has been a new trend in organization approaching a new member of or appointing a new member of the C-suite, which is called Chief Artificial Intelligence or AI officer, as they look to navigate the deployment and use of AI across the business functions and their customers. So that is the main purpose of the AI officer and controlling or direct the business in functions in a right way. Moving on to the next slide. So, in a shorter note, what are the roles of AI officer, or how the AI officer should be? Like one is the strategic visionary, AI governance and guardian, cross-functional bridge, and proactive risk manager. So when you talk about AI officer, right? the the person should be a strategic visionary, right? The a person guiding all AI powered security tools, make sure they are used responsibly effectively throughout the organization and business function. So this is just another this is not just another IT manager. The AI officer or chief AI officer is a strategic leader at the executive level. Their role is to be visionary for how is used across the organization, particularly in critical functions like disaster management. They are guardian of AI governance, establishing the essential ethical guidelines, basically the professionalism, data policies, and accountability framework across the business functions that ensures AI is used responsibly and safely. Critically, they act as a bridge between or different teams to translate the capabilities of the complex AI technologies into actionable solution for operational teams or with respect to business disaster recovery as a first responders, and perhaps most importantly they are the proactive risk managers constantly identifying the risk and mitigating the risk associated with AI, from algorithm bias in resource allocation to security vulnerabilities in critical systems. AI powered threat detection. So most of you are aware or in today's world that everybody uh, being targeted by hackers or cyber forums, right? Adversaries. So AI powered detection helps identifying threats and preventing them in a quick way. So instead of placing a manual effort, adversaries continually seek to stay undetected by moving into unmanaged networks and expanding their reach. Cross-domain threat hunting is critical as adversaries increase operate across multiple domains such as identity endpoints and clouds, networks, etc. In their efforts to evade detection. These cross-domain threats often generate fewer detection in a single domain or product, making the activity difficult to recognize as malicious. To stay ahead of sophisticated cross-domain adversaries such as blockade spider, or there are many black panda, all those ATPs are expected to their hunting grounds with innovative next-gen security information and event management technology to capture adversaries every move. So there are many products in today's world, like I don't want to mention the names, but there are many technologies, security technologies, email security technologies coming up with their AI model, right? AI products, by the way. So, which helps reducing the manpower required to manage the platform, and increasing the efficiency, increasing the by detecting the threats um, in a predictable way. Also, it cross-reference with threat intelligence solutions. So um, it makes security engineers life easy, right? So implementing the platform and then managing the platform, so it reduces basically particular engineer or a man's more effort, and helps uh, the team, or helps the person to optimize the solution and focus on the actual risk. So, as I mentioned in the slide, so artificial intelligence and machine learning enhancements have a long history in the cybersecurity, dating back to early implementations such as spam filters, intrusion detection system, and heuristic-based antivirus tools. So, my recent experience with respect to these AI-based or AI-powered cybersecurity or threat detection tool, I can quote one example, that is the email security platform that I have replaced from traditional to the AI-based email security solution. So what I experienced was it the integration with my uh, exchange system is not more than 5 to 10 minutes, right? After that, it learned for almost 3 4 days the email flow and everything, and it started capturing based on the pattern or text in the email, or domains, or typo squatted domains, or IP address, URLs. So it made my life easy, in fact. So one of my engineer is really happy that he could spend more time on other area also nowadays. So this is one live example, a real example that I can quote at this point regarding uh, AI powered threat detection. There are n number of solutions like this in the market. At the same time, consulting with the AI officer before implementing such solution from efficiency perspective or compliance perspective is most important. Okay, so what are benefits of AI-based or AI-driven threat detection? So the first one is speed and scalability. So when you talk about speed and scalability, so you can upscale at any point in time. So it is very flexible with respect to the resource requirement for managing your cluster or the bandwidth. Like with speed, the correlation speed and response or prevention response is comparatively it's high. So AI threat detection processes vast amount of data at speeds far beyond manual and rule-based systems, and there are many systems with rule-based have many problems. It creates more problem, but with respect to AI-based solutions, it can analyze the particular threat and gives you a actual risk or alert you based on the actual risk. So it actually saves more time for your analyst who is working on the continuous monitoring and responding to email based threats or any other threats. And also you can reduce alert fatigues, and then you can increase your response capability, your team's response capability. So my next point is reduction in false positives, as I said earlier. AI leverages training data to better distinguish between the legitimate activity and threats. So this is more important, right? When you place an security engineer or analyst to analyze particular threat, it takes minimum 20 to 30 minutes for them to understand what is happening, and then collecting evidence up for the this is again part of preparation, and then again collecting the relevant evidences from the systems, and then correlating all the alerts and the events, and prepare the report. In case if you are using any AI powered threat detection, it gives you readily actionable item, then you can directly fix or mitigate that particular risk, right? So so that is the second advantage of having AI powered or AI based threat detection. So minimizing noise and distracting flags, so security teams can focus on real risks instead of uh, huge number of alerts. And proactive and predictive security is the third benefit of having AI based or AI powered threat detection. By uncovering patterns and anomalies, AI threat detection anticipates emerging vulnerabilities and zero day threats, enabling preventative actions well before damage can occur. Yeah, shift from reactive security to forward looking defense. So this gives the prioritization and then the proactive predictive security. So AI threat detection systems distill alerts into prioritized and optimized response flows, helping security teams focus on highest impact risk and reduces operational noise as well as increases the operational optimization. So what are the challenges in today's world that we are facing, and what we need to consider to overcome those challenges or mitigate those challenges, right? AI threat detection is only as strong as how well we manage the challenges. First, AI system needs high quality unbiased data. So the data should be unbiased in a clean format. So whether it is a structured or unstructured, so you need unbiased data. Otherwise, the risk making mistakes like false positive, misusing data threats, or eroding user trust. So um, when we talk about unbiased data, for let's say for example there is an asset inventory, right? So you need to categorize each assets with a I mean classification defined by the organization as per the business, and then give the criticality rating, their severity, everything, without impacting the actual context. So the data should be unbiased, and it should not have any false information. Otherwise the AI predicts and gives you a different results, and that could impact your overall operations. So that is one of the biggest challenge. So give the unbiased data to get a um, good output from the AI driven threat detection solutions. Challenges and consideration. Effectiveness depends on addressing key deployment and operational challenges. AI systems require high quality and unbiased data for accurate judgments. So when you prepare a data, submit the data to the AI system, it should be high quality and then unbiased, as I said earlier. Sensitive information must be protected within AI systems. So make sure that it is protected, appropriate encryption standard is applied, access control is applied across all the level. The data should be encrypted at all the level. So these are all major considerations from the AA officer perspective, and also the storage. So storing the data should be compliant with the regional data classification regulatory requirement. Protecting sensitive data, sensitive information within AI system is critical. So we need to ensure the risk balance, right balance between visibility and the strict compliance with the regulatory requirements like GDPR or CCPA or EAE, PDPL. There are many, right? Finally, adversarial AI attacks are growing concern. These attacks manipulate model inputs to create misleading alerts or even shut down detection entirely. Addressing these issues is essential to keep AI threats detection effectively and trustworthy. So so far we have seen what is AI-based threat detection, what are the challenges and consideration. Now um, we are going to see about strengths of AI in threat detection. Recognizes and adapts to pattern across attack surfaces. So it can quickly recognize and adapt the pattern across the attack surface. Consider there is a manual effort and then the automated effort. So uh, which one takes more time? Always it's a manual effort, right? So doing the analysis, identifying the IOCs, identifying the IOE, and then the propagation. So there are many steps, many things involved in manual analysis. So the same thing if you automate, the time consumed by the AI-based threat detection and then prevention solutions, definitely it's far lesser than the manual effort, right? So modern AI systems excel at recognizing and adapting to patterns. This makes them very powerful for spotting the malicious behavior across any an organization's entire attack surface. At the network level, AI systems can analyze traffic in real time, detect unusual deviations from normal behavior, and identify threats like denial of service or distributed denial of service attacks before they escalate. So as attackers become more sophisticated, AI doesn't remain static. It continuously evolve, train and improves, staying ahead of emerging threats and even recognizing new malware patterns before they are cataloged, before they are identified. So there are a hell lot of benefits or the strength I would say in the AI based threat detection systems. So for behavior based or behavior driven threats, beyond network level detections, AI is highly effective at spotting behavior different type of attacks. So as I said earlier, powerful behavior analysis via user and entity behavior analytics. So again, it could prevent or it can prevent any threats or any potential threats take more advantage on your infrastructure. Extracts precise behavioral data and converts finding into actions. Dynamically builds baselines for user and system behavior. So here consider EEB as mentioned in the first point. So EEB dynamically builds baseline for user and system behavior. That is really good, right? So as soon as it learns, it baseline the overall organization's behavior, user and entity behavior, and creates alerts and then prevent malicious actions based on that. Future of AI in threat detection. Definitely, it's very bright. In the future, AI will be even more central to security with self-learning systems, automation, and global cooperation. So I'm really looking forward to have all the traditional solutions moving to AI-based approach, so that it reduces the time and effort of any security analyst or security engineer spending on log analysis or configuration, and focus on actual business benefit, right? So with that, I'm concluding my presentation, and thank you so much.